Hello dear students, today we are going to start with the next chapter, Light and Shadow. This is a very interesting chapter and has many new concepts, so listen carefully. First of all, let us understand what is light. When we enter into the dark room, we will not be able to see anything kept in the dark room even if we try to do so. But the moment we switch on the light, we will be able to see the objects kept in the dark room. See, when we switch on the light, we are able to see all the objects kept in the dark room. So, we can say that objects are visible to us only when light falls on it. So, you can say that light is equally important to us, just like the environment. So, I hope you are able to understand now what is light. So we can say that light is a form of energy which enables us to see the object. Now let us understand about the sources of light. Something that gives off light. The objects that gives off light is a source of light. The sun, the stars, the burning candle, electric bulb, these all are the sources of light. Students, there are two sources of light. One is the natural source and the other one is the artificial, or you can say the man-made source of light. So let's discuss about these in detail. Sun has enormous amount of energy and is one of the most important natural source of light. Stars are also the natural source of light. Burning candle, electric bulb are the artificial, or you can say man-made sources of light. Students, there is one more term that is luminous and non-luminous body. It is not given in your book, but you should know that what are luminous and what are non-luminous objects. So, the objects such as sun, stars, burning candle, electric bulb, which produce their own light, are known as luminous objects. Objects like moon, or you can say which don't have their own light, are termed as non-luminous objects or non-luminous bodies. But now the question arises, if moon does not have its own light, then how can we see it? We can see the moon because it reflects the light of the sun. So students, I hope now it's clear to all of you that how we can see the non-luminous bodies. हमें वो bodies, वो objects कैसे नज़र आते हैं जिनकी अपनी कोई light नहीं होती, but we are able to see them. Why? Because non-luminous body, when light falls on any non-luminous body, it gets reflected in all the directions and hence we are able to see. So dear students, I hope you got an answer to this question, that how we are able to see all the non-luminous objects because of the reflection of light. So let us understand what is reflection. So students, what is reflection of light? Reflection of light means change in the direction of light, or you can say that the bouncing back of light. Just like the ball bounces back from the surface, in the same way the light bounces back from a non-luminous object, and when it gets reflected to our eye, we will be able to see that object. So let's understand this process in detail. See students, when the light from the source, sun से light आए, it reaches, strikes to an object, chair के साथ टकराई, and then it bounces back, and when this light reaches to our eye, we are able to see the chair. So this is how we are able to see the non-luminous object, and this process is called reflection of light. The bouncing back of light is known as reflection of light. So I hope it's clear to all of you that how light bounces back. सन से, सोर्स ऑफ लाइट से लाइट स्ट्राइक होगी ऑब्जेक्ट के साथ, जो भी नॉन ल्यूमिनस ऑब्जेक्ट होगा. When it strike with the non-luminous object, then it bounces back, and when it reaches our eye, we will be able to see that object. This is how reflection of light enables us to see the non-luminous objects. See students, when we kept an object in front of a mirror, mirror के सामने कोई भी object रखो, you will find the image on the mirror, in the mirror. But will you be able to see the mirror, or will you be able to see the image if there is no light? No, we won't. So the formation of the image is also due to the reflection of light. See beta, daily you see your image in front of the mirror. आप mirror के आगे तैयार होते हैं, अपने आप को रोज देखते हैं. But have you ever thought how it happens? First of all, let me tell you, is human body a luminous or non-luminous object? Can we emit light of our own? No. So human body is a non-luminous object. Then how can we see ourselves in the mirror? So see what happens when what happens, the light from the source is first get incident on the human body, and then it get reflected from it, and then this reflected light strikes the mirror. This light is further reflected from the surface of the mirror and reaches our eye. So students, I hope it's clear to all of you now that how we are able to see our image in the mirror. So whenever you stand in front of the mirror and look at yourself, then you can review the concept behind it about the reflection of light. Yes students, the next topic is properties of light. So let us understand the properties of light. Light, after being produced from a luminous object, always travels in a straight line, and this propagation of light in a straight line is called rectilinear propagation of light. You can see that light always travels in a straight line. For this I will show you an activity also, and one activity I will show you, and the second one is given in your book. You can try either of them, and after doing this activity you will find that light always travel in straight line. Students, for this activity you require 3 cardboards of the same shape and size. Put them together and with the help of needle, make a hole in each of them in the center. Arrange these cardboards in a table or in an upright position so that all the 3 holes come together in a straight line. Now place a lighted candle in such a way that its flame is in the same position as that of the holes. Look from the other end of the board. You will be able to see the flame of the candle at the other end. Disturb middle of the cardboard and look again through the hole. Now you can't see the flame of the candle because the holes are not in the straight line. So what does it show? It shows that light always travels in a straight line. Dear student, one activity I have shown you and the other one is given in your book, that you can fix a candle on the plate and light it. Try to look at the light through a plastic tube. You can take the plastic tube and try to look through that plastic tube the flame of the candle. Keep the tube in absolutely straight one end and try to look from there. You will be able to see the flame of the candle. But if you bend the tube, would you be able to see the flame? No. Why? Because the light can only travel through the straight line. So I hope students it's clear to all of you about the rectilinear propagation of light. That what is rectilinear propagation of light? This propagation of light in straight line. The traveling of light in the straight line is known as rectilinear propagation of light. Students, you know light is made up of 7 colors. You must have seen rainbow in the sky sometimes. It is usually seen in the rain after it rains, when sunlight passes through the raindrops. आपने रेनबो ज़रूर देखा होगा, कई बार आपने देखा होगा. और रेनबो कब जनरेट होता है बेटा? जब सनलाइट भी होती है, एक तरफ धूप होती है और एक तरफ बारिश हो रही होती है. देन ओनली द रेनबो इज फॉर्म्ड. सो व्हेन सनलाइट पासेस थ्रू these रेन ड्रॉप्स, ऐसा क्यों होता है? क्योंकि जब सनलाइट पास करती है इन रेन ड्रॉप्स में से, इट सेपरेट्स इनटू द 7 कलर्स. 7 कलर्स में सेपरेट हो जाती है, डिस्पर्स हो जाती है. और वो जो 7 कलर्स होते हैं वो कौन कौन से होते हैं? वायलेट, इंडिगो, ब्लू, ग्रीन, येलो, ऑरेंज एंड रेड. और इसको लर्न करने का क्या तरीका होता है बेटा? विप क्यू. हाउ वी लर्न इट? वी लर्न इट बाय द नेम ऑफ विप क्यू. V for violet, I for indigo, B for blue, G for green, Y for yellow, O for orange, R for red. So I hope it's clear to you that When light falls on an object, it can have either of the three effects on it. And based on their behavior towards light, they are categorized into the three categories as transparent, translucent, and opaque. The materials that allow all the light to pass through them completely are called transparent objects. For example, you can see in this picture that if we put a source of light through a glass, then we will be able to, then all the light passes through the transparent glass. Then through a glass, it means glass is a transparent object. So, clear glass, clean water, these all are the transparent objects. Now the next is translucent objects. The objects that allow only a part of light to pass through them are called translucent objects. For example, tracing paper, frosted glass, wax paper, butter paper, these all are the examples of translucent objects because these does not allow light to pass through them completely and hence we are not able to see the clear image of the object. And the objects which does not allow light to pass through them are called opaque objects. For example, wooden board. You can't see what is kept behind the wooden board. You can't see what is there behind the wall. Why? Because these are opaque objects and it does not allow light to pass through them completely. Example of opaque objects are wood, chalk, book, bodies of animals. We can't see anything from these opaque objects.